Okay, so Sherman here, and today is the 3rd of May. So let's go through some of the trade ideas I have for TradingView, and maybe I can share some extra thoughts on the chart. So let's look at Kiwi dollar. Let's see how my ideas actually played out. Yeah, let's annotate. Okay, right. So in this case, looking for a continuation down. So I'm thinking this sort of correction. I think that this is going to try to make some move down, basically. It could make a big push up. That's always possible. So if you decide to sell, I would always suggest taking profit. It could creep down, but I would take profit as it goes down. So basically, you're looking at multiple sinker entries and then exits and enter, exit, basically. Unless this actually pushed up this way, then you enter here a big lot, then maybe you want to hold all the way down because then you're looking for something like this. You see, but otherwise, as this goes, you see, it pulls back. So even if a person had a very good entry here, basically when he entered, he gave it back. So it's always a good idea if your trading kind of breaks, right? When it's not certain whether or not a bigger wave, a bigger correction is going to form, it's always a good idea to take some profit. See, so it's a good idea to take some profit. Because this one could drop and then it goes up and then it drops again. Okay, so some small trades here actually. EuroCAD. EuroCAD it's very interesting. This one on the bigger picture, right? It's just like chess. You know, we have the knight. Let's say this is a knight. This is the knight. You know. I know this the knight's mouth. Anyway, that looks terrible. So the knight could go this way, it could go this way, right? It could go this way, it could go that way. So right now, this particular move, it could either go down this way and then here and then this way down, or it could go up. It's just like in chess, there's a couple of moves that this could actually make on a bigger picture. One thing that I did do wrong, so I can share a little bit of this. Is when I am too tired to look at the chart. Sometimes I actually put an entry in if I think that I'm not around when the chart starts to move. And I actually got stopped out. At that point in time, let's see what happened. Yeah, this part here, I was thinking this would actually go something like this, correct, and then it will go up. So I actually took a buy somewhere here, and it actually came down to take. I had a small stop over there. It got stopped out. So I was hoping that something like this would happen. This would continue out and up. But it didn't happen, and I have to allow myself to be stopped up because, as you can see, that potential is there. Once it starts to come down, it might turn, but this is also there, you see. So this upside, of course, needs some kind of confirmation. So some kind of confirmation like that, you see. All this confirmation where it breaks and then it goes, see this confirmation, then it breaks. So it needs something like this over on this side. And once it starts to go down like a single candle like this, it does not say anything much about the upside until you get this sideways stuff, until you get the sideways stuff here. See, then it comes down, it makes some sideways stuff like that, then so your stop will be somewhere above, you see, all this. So it needs to create something like that. So what I had was just candles coming down, you see, and I just had to exit. So when you're not patient, you don't want to be patient, then put small lots and then, you could average down. So instead of risking 3% or 5%, you risk 0.6%, right? Right. So it still looks long. This still looks possible. I'm thinking that this actually wants to go up here because you can stop some people out before it actually drops, before it does that, you see. So it's very good to hunt the stops over here. And I spoke about this on the Kiwi dollar. You always see where the stops potentially are, like where's the Kiwi dollar? You see, you want to go some very good trades, the long-term trades. They take about two weeks to set up, but when they happen, you're in for a very good time. You know. Let me see if I can find it. This was actually the buy, but actually there actually was a sell. Basically, here I was saying that you should start looking for the buys. So when the price action was somewhere up there, I was saying look for the sell. All right, the sell to come and break this low over here because there are stops over here. See, so people who in original buys, right? They put their stops here. So when they're forced to sell at the low, someone took the opposite side. Someone took the buy. So someone bought low here. And the idea is for this to go up here and sell high. It's just how people make money. Buy low and they sell high. So, here. See that? So I just click on that. Basically, you're looking for when price action is at the somewhere at the top here. When price action is up here, you're looking for price action to somehow make its way down below here. And then you want to take out the stops over there, and then it's going to bounce. The minute it comes there, the minute it comes here, see, just breaking this low over here, it's going to bounce. You're looking for some sideways here, and then here you're looking for it to go. That's the basic idea. Of course, you could go here, you could drop again, but it's a put this way, for this to actually get up there, you need to have this. It may drop again, that may happen, but without this, you can't get that. Right. So even though this, yes, you could do this, then you could drop, but you still need it anyway. Right. So let's just go back. So Kiwi dollar. Once you broke the low, we'll be looking for. Once you broke this low, we'll be interested in buy structures to the upside. Okay. What else? We had 1. Yes, we were at 1. First page. Let's go look at Swiss yen. Swiss yen is. This move is possible. This was actually a good sell down. This buys need confirmation. The reason is because, of course, all this is scary space that it could come to. That means we are banking that whoever decided to push this up decided that this is a good place to buy again, right? But again here. There's always this fear that it could come down. That's why you cannot just take the buy. You take the buy here, the lot size has to be small because you got to endure that big U-turn, right? A big U-turn, like what it would be seen on the Aussie Kiwi. The Aussie Kiwi make a big U-turn. Let me see if I can show that. So many trade ideas. Some of them are private. Some of them are premature. Let me just scroll. This is the one over here. You see that? So here, this one, when it came down here, in this, if you took any buys here, see, it went up, it went down before it actually went up again. And of course, from here, you're looking for the upside, right? So there's a big let's say we try to pick the lows here. Well, you actually enjoyed it for a while. We suffered before we went, and this entire thing took quite some time to play out. So you're talking about at least weeks. I think about 10 days for this to play out. About there again. So when we're trying to put buy limits or sell limits, it's important to place smaller lots from a trade management perspective. Okay. So since we are Swiss yen, if Swiss yen is to turn, then the best way would be to play the breaks. right? To try to play these breaks to the upside. I mean, like little stuff like that. You see, it breaks. You hope it goes. You know. So this one was tricky. You went up, came back down, right before you went again. So everyone needs to have a strategy uh, to profit from the analysis. You see, all right. So you have your own strategy on how to manage trades. So my suggestion is, of course, to take the breakouts on the lower time frame. So let's go. That was Swiss yen, Euro Aus. Euro Aus, I believe I was looking for the upside. What happened here, actually? Let me see. It looks like it's moving up now. It's going to be a slow crawl, it looks like. Yeah. This one. Okay, I got it now. Now, this move here, I see this as actually a correction. This is just a whole thing is actually one piece up like this. So I would like one move to go break this high. The question is this going to go up and come back down again? And then it goes up. So this move is very possible because that's how structures need to be. They need to be complex. You need to swap out the retail buyers. You know, got to swap out all our orders so that the market makers can make their money. Right? So this would be a very good move. If you're in the buy, you see this, you're in the buy, you get stopped out at the low, maximum pain. Even worse, it comes here, stop out everybody before it goes up. That's the concept of hunting stops is very real, but not in the sense that your stop is 10 pips away, you got hunted. Not like that. It's about where all the huge orders are, you know. So you swap out maximum pain before it actually goes the other way. That's very possible as well. So from here, question mark, could this be going up? Right. So any buys here, I will not look for it to break a top. I will actually look. That's why I actually want it to come down, to go up and come down. That makes more sense because that's how people lose money. Right. Okay. So got take down of that. Aussie dollar. It looks like a double bottom. But because this is a weekly chart, right? There's no rush. This one could always come like this. This every candle represents 1 week. So it will take many weeks before it actually gets up there. Closer to around, I think, end of 2019. So economy should be looking, I mean, Aussie dollar should be looking good. All right, for our friends down under. Kiwi yen, what's Kiwi yen? I like Kiwi yen to the upside simply because its swap is positive. So what I'm hoping for this is I'm hoping that it makes something complex, breaks out, pulls back, and I hope that it goes. So this is the one I'm looking for in the next months to come. All right, be a very good trade. Pound cat sales would be good. So okay, so let's see what I did here. Pound cat, it's moving up. Wow. Okay, so before it moved up this way, it even broke this top. Now breaking this top simply means that this is not one piece coming down, but it does not mean that this can't come down as well. It just means that this whole thing is a structure of its own. And at any point in time, when it reaches any of these levels, like this, you know, it comes like this, you see that, then it drops. It's all good places for the sell. So hopefully it crosses way here, and then hopefully it gives us a nice sell later on. Okay. Can we take the buy on this? Tricky to take the buy on this one. This is fair game really. So yes, this could crop that, but the entry would be the main issue. I would see this entry as the main issue because this whole thing looks choppy as well. So you can always crawl back here. If you cross back these levels, that will make good buy. Right? But if you look for little pieces like that, they are not good buys. It goes here like if you take a breakout here to here, you have to exit already because that can happen. And this does not mean that it could just come here and then it goes up again. Right? So you don't want to get caught in the weird swings, basically. So this is something interesting. basically you're looking for the move down. So you see it's interesting. It's so interesting when price action just follows the arrow sometimes. Either for this to come down, then after you're looking for the up. All right. So the bigger move to me is the upside. So worth looking at next week or the week after. All right. Those is tricky now. This is tricky. Now, if you look at this chart here, basically what you want is to see it go up and then you want it to break. You see, it goes up, it breaks. But what happened here? You actually went here and instead of breaking the low, it broke the top. So that means this setup is no longer valid. It's no good, you see. So what you're looking for is something else right now. Something else. It has to start again because they may not be clear exactly the same. Something then before this can actually go down. If it goes down, it can come all the way to this level, right? So you can come all the way down to this level over here. But as it is right now, it's tricky. I can see it's pushing up to here even, to this level, before it starts to drop. Your stop is, you need to have enough space to breathe though. And it's unfortunate this pushed a little bit higher than I like, even by a couple of pips. But that's no good. Because if that happens, this one could do complex stuff like this, and this could be that, and then it just drops to here, and then it goes up again. So this whole thing actually looks like a leading diagonal to the upside for one more to break the top. But we really have to see what actually goes on here. So what I would like to see is something that keeps crawling and reaches this bottom. So I wouldn't want to see anything complex like this, although I think that is possible. But in any case, even if this was to come down, whether it comes down here or whether it crawls down, there's still this piece downwards that is worth playing for, right? So I still like this for the sell. Still looks like a good idea. So it's pushing up now. Look for the sell on that. Be sure to know how to enter because don't just put a sell limit. Sell limits do not work. Okay, Kiwi dollar, we covered this already. Let's look at this Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, what happened here? Oh yeah, this one, the bigger move was a downside, right? So you see, it's interesting because this, instead of happening here, it happened lower. So in this case, I would have missed this trade because I was looking for this to be on this side. But in this case, it actually happened lower. So it's good to see what actually can happen during real trading and live trading. During real trading and the pre-analysis. So even though the analysis is down, but because if I don't find a proper setup for myself, then I will not take the trade. And unfortunately, this one actually came to break this low already. So since I'm playing for this to come take out the low, and it's already broken the low, I will not take the trade anymore, basically, right? So right now you got something like that. It's a trend going down. So if this was to go up, right, and make a correction, I think this is worthwhile to try to play for the upside. Yeah, this is worthwhile trying to play for the upside. So if you get 1, 2, 3, yeah, if you can get something here sideways, that's a good move up, right? So I'm looking for. So this Bitcoin, I think I mentioned this in the last. So as you can see, I mentioned about the reaction, and when you reach there, you actually gave that reaction, and that's why people who trade in such styles, this is exactly the kind of trades that they're looking for right here. See that it's coming up, you'll touch it and then you'll bounce. See, it touched and then it bounced down, and they put a very tight stop, and then they just look to take this little amount of pips, and then they'll just leave because again, a bounce does not mean a swing. It just means it just reaches there and just bounce. That's it. This go down, this bounce go up. No, nobody knows, right? It's just a reaction type of trade. It's good to see. So let's just look at maybe one. Let's just see what Go has been doing. So I've been leaving Go alone. I just wanted to make more swings before I decide what to do. So as you can see, it's basically going nowhere. It's gone nowhere. Just up and down here around 1270. So I'll just leave it alone. Not until I see some bigger swings. Long-term trade dollar yen. What's this? Interesting, right? See, now it's starting to move out. Very interesting. So dollar yen, once it starts to consolidate the candles on here, if I see any kind of bullish structure, a bearish structure, I definitely like to sell. And that's it. Today is Friday. Let's see what's going on the Forex factory. See what's going on. All right. We have non-farm. All right. So the dollar would be interesting. So let's go look at maybe I just go look at euro dollar. Let's go look at euro dollar. Okay. Let's go look at euro dollar. Let's look at the dollar, right? Let's just remove all these. Okay, let's go look at the 1 hour. So we do have this strong move. This is a strong move. We have this. See that strong move. So correction. So if it breaks out, and you can always wait for a pullback before you buy, and then you can try to exit somewhere here. That's also one way, because if you decide not to exit and you decide to trail or stop, you have to trail it. Maybe you get lucky, it breaks this top. That's very possible. So, which means you're looking for dollar weakness, right? So let's go look at the Aussie dollar. They all look pretty much the same. See, they all have that look. So who knows? Dollar weakness, this one might just prop up. Then you wait for consolidation. Then of course you're looking for this one. And we'll see how far this one actually goes. The earlier it pulls back, the better it is. The higher it pulls back, the trickier it is. You know. But yeah. So I do like the dollar weakness. Euro dollar should look the same. They all look the same actually. That means the charts look like they just might be. Well, this looks kind of weak. The euro dollar goes up like this and comes down like that. Well, in this case, one shot could push it up like this. If it pulls back, then you can buy again. So impulse correction break, it hooks back. It's worth taking the next buy, right? So there's some bullish action to look for. Let's look at something. Let's look at the dollar cat. Dollar cat looks down to me. So yeah, we're looking for dollar weakness. Then yeah, I'm interested in this arrow here. I must be looking for the dollar weakness, right? So you're basically looking for something like that. Pump. That's what you want. That means here is where you don't want price action to go to. I actually did take this trade, the Russian, the dollar ruble, over here, and then there was this move here. It went up, it came down, so it went up here. So this one I did take just some small pips. But it took quite a long time, right? Swap was negative as well. So I just took my profit first, and then we'll see what happens later. I took the profit off this one. This correction is quite deep. I'm quite concerned now that if it came around here, this is going to make one more down. Because see how deep this one came? Now, this could always do that, make one more drop like this, and then maybe it goes up. That's also possible. So, but we don't want to stuck in. So even though the bigger move does look up, the timing is important, right? You can enter at the right time. Okay. Dollar. Let's look at the dollar Last one, dollar yen. Let's look at this dollar yen, the most recent. Tricky. This dollar yen is a little bit tricky. So what I can foresee is this one could come here, spike up one time here, and then after that it could make a drop. This move is very possible. They look like this. Just one sharp spike. Of course, these spikes are not easy to trade. If you actually took them and aggressive, the stop is up there. All right. If you don't want to take the spike down, then you have to find some way, some small way to enter, like some small correction to enter. You see, some small correction, just little corrections that suggest one more move. Then that's what you do. So if it goes up, it comes down, then somehow it spikes up, it drops. You're lucky, it gives you that. Then that's your entry for those small moves down. Okay. This stuff, like this stuff, to suggest that there's still some more movement towards the downside. Of course, the analysis looks down because of this guy, right? This guy. So what you're hoping for is this one actually has some. It could make a big one over here before it actually drops. So just take note of that. Right? Take note of this big move. Okay. So all good trades to look for next week. Right. The big move probably isn't starting yet. There must be one big one before it actually drops. Okay. So, all right, that's it. And before I sign out, remember to not only trade safe, but stay healthy, because this is a sedentary job. All we do is just look at charts all day, and let's get some exercise into our daily routine. Okay. Take care. Trade safe. Bye-bye.